Hello everybody, it's your boy, I'm Still Balling, and this video is going to be about the MVP race, the most valuable player, and what's my opinion, what's my take on this? Well, let me break it down to you straight up. Top three. I'm only going to go over three players because essentially no one else is going to win it, potentially going to win outside of these three guys. And these three guys are King James, James Harden, and Stephen Curry. So those three players, and right now, at this moment, what month? February 22nd, we're looking at it, and I'm saying, right now, Curry is winning it, and then LeBron, and then Harden. That's how I see it right now, and honestly, I feel like this is a slope, and I think LeBron is just going to overtake Curry, If you put context, and context is one of the things that we really need to address, because Curry, man, he's got one of the most stacked teams of all time. If you look at it, he's averaging about 23 points, 8 assists, and then the next best player on the team, arguably just as good as him, scored 38 points in a quarter, I believe, this season. That's an NBA record. Beat George Gervin. Anyways, he's averaging 22, 7 rebounds, and about 3 assists. And with elite defense as well, he's taken on the best defender of the other team. And honestly, there's not much between him and Curry. So, we're kind of getting the Wade LeBron year 1, 2010-11 sort of factoring, how can he win MVP if he's got such a good player that's virtually just as good as him? So that's how I'm going to say that's going to cancel Curry out. You can't give him the MVP. That's just stupid, alright? If you give Curry the MVP this year, then you should have given the MVP to LeBron in 2011. No bias. That's just what I think, and I think that's what a lot of people will agree with me. Derrick Rose was not the MVP that year. Alright, let's continue. James Harden. Look, his context is sort of on his side, Dwight Howard's been injured. I honestly feel he's overrated, but nonetheless, context. And they've been winning 3rd in the West, or 4th in the West. I think, 4th. But they're kind of slumping down. I don't think they're going to maintain the ship much longer. It's going to keep dropping a bit. And who knows where they end up on the seedings. So, I don't think Harden will win it. Alright, then let's go over LeBron James. King James. 2-time MVP. Finals MVP. 2-time NBA champion. World champion. And a 4-time National Basketball Association most valuable player. 4-time. 2009, 2010, 2012, 2013. Got ripped off in 2006, I think. And 2000 something else. 2011 got ripped off. 2014 got ripped off. Proved it in the playoffs. Greatest stats. And yeah, so I think well, obviously you got to chuck in context. New team, those first few games of the season, it's a bit rusty, bit dusty, bit we don't know what's going on. And once they got everything balling, and I'm talking about pre-Dion Waiters trade. I'm talking about Varejao not injured. I'm talking about when they went on about a 10-3 run, and they went on a good streak, about 15-2 or some shit. And they beat a lot of quality East teams, and this was just basically off the coat. This is just basically off the back of LeBron James, honestly. I mean, that original roster we saw earlier in the season, that was obviously flawed, and that was showed when LeBron was injured. As soon as he left, boom, boom, boom. They went one win, 9 losses. And I don't care, how stacked people think they are. Ooh, Kevin Love. Ooh, Kyrie Irving. Ooh, blah, blah, blah. And anyway, so basically I'm saying is pre-Dion Waiters trade with LeBron, about a 70% winning team. Without LeBron, about a 5% winning team. It's pretty fucking crazy. Now let's talk about post Dion Waiters trade, when they got J.R. Smith, Iman Shumpert and Timothy Mozgov. And hasn't played yet because this just happened, but they got a Perkins, so I won't have to talk about that. But anyways, just to mention it, essentially they've, you know, they had a few games without LeBron with the new assets, and I'll tell you what, they still lost. They were still a terrible team. But then, you know, King James comes back from his injury break, that 2-week break when he went to Miami to take in the Heat sun, because that's what you do. If you want warmth, you have to go to a warm city. You can't just use a heater or anything. You got to go to Miami, not where there's steroids, not where there's human growth hormone. Just go to Miami because it's hot. No other reasons why I went to Miami, But regardless, comes back fresh, noticeably bigger and stronger. Must have been that heat. Anyways, comes back strong, looks good, and they've gone 15-2. Beat a lot of elite teams, and I'm talking about a lot of elite teams. And now I think they're like 30-something and 22. And I reckon if they end up at least 50 wins this season, you've got to give the MVP to the man LeBron James, and there's no other way around it. I mean, context is in his favor, statistics is in his favor. He's always been the stats king, and team record will be in their favor. And then you've got the only competitor is Stephen Curry, and honestly, his stats ain't that great, and he's got context against him. He's only got team record for him, but that can be easily explained when you factor in all the other things like the emergence of Draymond Green and the elite status of Klay Thompson, and then the healthiness of Andrew Bogut, the best perimeter, the best defender in the NBA, because big men are always more valuable defensively, unless you're LeBron James, where you can defend 1 through 5. Anyways, this has been my wrap up for the MVP talk. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for my next video. I'm still ballin'. Thank you.